Imagine a life without stress and anxiety. A life where there is no worry because everyone does the right rather than the wrong. Stoicism teaches a way of life just like this. This wisdom sets the stage for our video, where we'll guide you through 7 essential things to quietly remove from your life. This is not merely a passive watching experience. It's interactive. We encourage you to actively engage by sharing your perspectives on each topic we delve into. Stick with us until the end, as this voyage promises not only knowledge but also a chance for profound self-reflection and personal transformation. Let's begin. 1. Unnecessary goals. In our everyday lives, our dreams can sometimes feel like heavy burdens, tying us to a never-ending cycle of wanting more. Think of it like a big, complicated picture made up of our ambitions, weaving us into a confusing maze of always wanting something. Epictetus, a wise teacher of Stoicism, gives us a clear message. Even though we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we react. Epictetus encourages us to understand that obsessing over things we can't change is pointless. Once we get that, the unnecessary goals that were holding us back start to loosen their grip. These extra goals, often pushed by what people expect or what's trendy, turn into problems that get in the way of finding peace. Imagine getting rid of these problems, freeing yourself from the constant race set by what society thinks is normal or what others want. Epictetus's simple words invite us to figure out what's really important in the middle of all the noise around us. Getting rid of unnecessary goals isn't about giving up, but about deciding to navigate through life with a clear purpose. Following the wisdom of Stoicism, embrace the calm that comes from focusing on what truly matters. Shift your efforts toward things that match your core values, creating a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond seeking approval from others. In the world of intentional living, there's comfort in chasing goodness and building an inner strength that isn't swayed by what society expects. Let the big picture of life unfold before you, with each step taken on purpose, leading you to the peace that comes from chasing what really matters. 2. Negativity with others. Long ago, a smart leader named Marcus Aurelius had an important message for us about dealing with negativity when we're with others. He warned us that negativity is like a harmful poison. Picture it as something that, if we hold on to it, slowly hurts who we are deep inside. The energy we use to keep feeling upset becomes like a harmful power, not only messing with our peace but also ruining the connections we have with people around us. In the wise lessons of Stoicism, there's a different way to go, one that's brightened by understanding and kindness. Seneca, another smart person who followed Stoicism, gives us a good idea when he says, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." These words tell us to change how we see negativity, moving away from feeling weighed down and toward enjoying the current moment. Picture a world where, instead of letting bad feelings grow, we pick the Stoic way of caring. Understanding becomes like a soothing medicine for hurts, and kindness acts like a bridge connecting us to the shared humanity we all have. In this way of thinking, the harmful cycle of negativity is stopped, and we build a strong foundation of treating each other with respect and goodness. It's in these small, purposeful acts of understanding that the Stoic lessons really make sense. As we practice kindness, we not only make our own inner strength stronger, but also help everyone around us feel better. Marcus Aurelius's important words and Seneca's lasting wisdom show us a better way than getting caught in negativity. They tell us to choose empathy, a powerful way to treat others well. 3. Comparing yourself to others. Comparing ourselves to others is like a slow poison that makes us feel bad about ourselves. When we always look at what other people have or do and decide our value based on that, we forget an important idea from Stoicism. Stoicism says that our true worth comes from the good things we do, not from trying to be like someone else. This bad habit not only makes us feel less good about ourselves, but also stops us from seeing what's special about who we are. Think of this habit like a dark cloud covering up how much we're worth. Instead of seeing the good things and strengths we have, we focus too much on what others think is success or approval. Stoicism, a wise philosophy, reminds us that our real worth isn't decided by comparing ourselves to others, but by doing good things and being a good person. Now imagine Seneca, a very smart Stoic philosopher, giving us advice like a clear call in the middle of this struggle. He tells us to live according to nature, which means accepting and liking who we are. Seneca wants us to see that our journey through life is special because of our own qualities, strengths, and even the things we're not so good at. All of these things make us who we are, like pieces in a beautiful puzzle. So, let's stop the bad habit of comparing ourselves to others. Instead, let the good things about us shine through. By doing this, we're not just following Stoicism, we're also finding strength in being true to ourselves and being strong in our special journey. 4. Excessive use of social media. In today's world where we're always on our phones and connected, the Stoic way of thinking tells us to be wise about what's real and what's not. Seneca, a smart Stoic philosopher from a long time ago, gives us advice that's still important today. He says, "Be in charge of yourself, if you want to be in charge of others." It's like he's saying we should control our own actions and thoughts before trying to control everything else. In the busy world of social media, the Stoic wisdom suggests we take a step back and find calmness in just understanding ourselves. Think of it like this. Social media is like a big, bustling street with lots of signs and things going on. Sometimes we get so caught up in what's happening there that we forget to pay attention to what really matters. The Stoic way guides us to take a break from all that online noise, like stepping away from a busy street, and feel comfortable in the calmness of knowing ourselves better. Seneca's words push us to be in control of what we do, think, and feel. It's not about avoiding social media completely, but about thinking about how much time we spend there and how it affects us. When we know our habits, we can choose what's good for us and what's just a distraction. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed by the constant flow of social media updates, remember Seneca's advice. Be in control of yourself first, and then you can use social media more intentionally. By finding comfort in understanding ourselves, we discover a strong tool to balance the noise of the online world and the peace that comes from knowing ourselves in a simpler, quieter way. 5. Seeking validation from others. The smart Stoic sage looks for something special, feeling good about themselves on the inside. They know that trying to get approval from others is like trying to catch something that looks real, but disappears when you try to touch it. Epictetus, a wise Stoic teacher, gives us some good advice. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. It's like he's saying to quiet down what others think and let the real music of who we are show. Imagine it like this. Chasing approval from others is a bit like trying to catch a shiny balloon. It might seem nice, but it can float away at any moment. The Stoic way says to not rely too much on what others say about us and pay more attention to understanding ourselves. It's like lowering the volume on what others think and turning up the volume on who we really are. Epictetus's advice tells us to think more about what's inside us. It's not about ignoring everyone else, but realizing that what we think about ourselves is more important. Picture our thoughts and feelings like a beautiful song. Let it play loud and clear, instead of getting drowned out by what others might say. The next time you feel pressure to get approval from others, think of the Stoic way. Look for that approval from inside yourself, like finding a special treasure in you. Lower the volume on what others think, and let your true self sing its own amazing song for everyone to hear. 6. Always trying to be perfect. Trying to be perfect is like chasing a ghost that you can never catch. It always slips away. The Stoics, who are practical thinkers, say it's better to accept our mistakes and limits. Epictetus, a really smart Stoic, says, "He who laughs at himself never runs out of things to laugh at." It's like he's saying we should find the funny side of not being perfect and be strong during tough times. Think of perfection like a butterfly that keeps flying away when we try to catch it. Instead of running after something that's always too far, the Stoic way is to welcome the bumps and cracks in our own journey. It's like understanding that it's okay to not be perfect, because nobody is. Epictetus's wise words teach us not to take ourselves too seriously. It's like finding humor in our mistakes and quirks. When we can laugh at ourselves, It's like having a superpower that keeps us strong when life gets tough. Life is full of challenges, and finding humor in imperfections helps us build a strong shelter of resilience. So, the next time you feel like you have to be perfect, think about the Stoic way. Accept that perfection is like a tricky ghost, and instead, enjoy the little imperfections that make you who you are. Laugh at yourself, and you'll be ready with strength to face whatever challenges come your way. 7. Gossiping. In the Stoic world, talking just for the sake of it and gossip aren't cool. Seneca, who's a smart Stoic thinker, tells us to watch our words. He says, "Silence is a lesson learned through life's many sufferings." This means we should think twice before we speak, especially when things are tough. Think of gossip like a spreading wildfire. It goes fast and can cause trouble. Stoicism teaches us to avoid being a part of that trouble. Seneca's words remind us to be careful about what we say, to use words that are smart and have a point. It's like saying, when we talk, we should make people feel good instead of bringing them down. In simpler words, gossiping is like playing a game of telephone, where the message changes each time. Stoicism says, let's not play that game. Seneca's advice is a reminder that sometimes it's better to stay quiet than to spread things that might hurt others or ourselves. Instead, let's use our words to share helpful and happy things that can make people feel better. So, in the Stoic way of thinking, when it comes to gossip, the idea is to skip it. Seneca tells us to be smart with our words, to think before we talk. Let our talks be like a fountain of smartness, making everyone feel good instead of adding to unnecessary drama. What things will you eliminate from your life? Comment down below. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I wish you luck in your Stoic pathway.